Alright, everybody. We are back with Ace Attorney after a few months. Things got a little bit hectic for me, but we're finally back. Oh, let me just... Hold on. How's audio, by the way? Can you hear me well? Can you hear the game well? Let me just recap everything that has happened, um, up until now. With this trial, not the entire Ace Attorney story, or even just Justice for All. So, seemingly A-okay. What do you mean, seemingly? It's very suspicious. Anyway, our defendant, the guy who hired us, his name is Matt. To make a long story short, he was accused of murder. He technically didn't do it, but it was later revealed, he's like, haha, actually, I did kind of hire someone else to do it for me. I hired an assassin to kill this other guy. Also the assassin has kidnapped Maya and says if we don't get Matt off the hook for murder, that he's going to kill Maya. And also there's this whole other conspiracy with another woman's death. I'm still not sure how this all plays into that, but while all of this is happening, Edgeworth, who faked his death at the beginning, well, before the game started, he faked his death, and at the beginning of this case, he's like, actually, I didn't die, I just wrote I was going to die on a note for fun, I guess. Didn't really explain why he did that. He's just like, yeah, I faked my death, get over it. Gumshoe was in on this. I don't know why he was. Also, at the end of the last stream, Gumshoe, was trying to get us evidence to find where Maya's being held hostage, and then he got into a car accident and might have died. And I was pretty upset about that. I'm also upset about the whole, Edgeworth faking his death and then not really... He's like, get over it. It's not that big of a deal. I think it's a big of a deal. Phoenix definitely is not over this. And so we have to get a guy, this guy who hired an assassin, acquitted of murder. I mean, he technically didn't kill anyone, someone else. A guy named, by the way, the assassin's name is The Killer. I think it would, in fact, why don't we just say, yeah, The Killer did it. The guy named The Killer. And the Killer probably, he left a calling card. So it's not like he wanted to keep it a secret. So it would be pretty easy to say, yeah, the killer killed them. And the judge would be like, well, the calling card's there, and and his name is The Killer, so yeah, I guess Matt's free to go. Why didn't we just do this at the beginning? Anyway. Jeff The Killer, literally. March 23rd. Court will now reconvene. I assume both sides are ready. Yes, Your Honor. It's not like it's been like 3 months and I forgot what all happened. What is my evidence? Okay. Let's see. I am an attorney. I do have the power of ghosts with me. This is a picture of the Nickel Samurai, who, is an action hero on TV. There was a press conference. This is the phone that the killer calls me on. This is a lot of his camera. Right, and we still don't know where the guitar is. Yeah, I don't know. Yes, Your Honor. He's just as confused as I am. I can understand the defense acting like this. However, why do you seem to be so distraught, Mr. Edgeworth? Howdy, I'm Lar. Actually, yeah, why is Edgeworth upset? I don't remember. Also, I kinda don't care. He's still... It's nothing, Your Honor. No one knows what's going on. Incredible last case. Trial where no one knows what's happening. Not the defense doesn't know, the prosecution doesn't know, the judge definitely doesn't know. No one knows what happened. Where's the guitar? Does the killer even know? It looks like something unexpected just happened. Something just happened. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you could please tell the court the results of the handwriting analysis on Miss Impact's suicide note. Also, this is a very dark case. But, like, people also get murdered regularly, so I guess it's not that surprising. Not even the writer knows. Oh yeah, wasn't the Ace Attorney 2... This game was written because, like, it was written, like, this game had a very short deadline and the writer was very drunk when it was made. Yes, Your Honor. Unfortunately, discovered that the suicide note is a forgery? Did we learn about this? What? What? Okay, we didn't know about this. This is new. Huh? What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? We literally just got this, like... Well, technically it was 3 months ago, but in our timeline it was like 20 minutes. This note was not written by Miss Impax herself. It's a fake. Huh? Then why'd they put it in the mirror? Order, 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 Mr. Edgeworth. Would you care to explain what is? Can someone please tell me what is happening? Then who? Miss Impax was not written. If the note was not written by Miss Impax, then who wrote it? Then who was killed? We would need more time to do more detailed analysis. However, appears the handwriting matches the victim of Juan Carita. Appears that the handwriting matches that of the victim, Mr. Juan Carita. Okay, this case is a mess. Mr. Carita? Well, well. Mia, do you know what's going on? No, but I'm going to pretend like I do to act superior. Looks like she never wrote She never wrote anything about... What? Huh? Then why are we all even here to begin with? This whole thing was a waste of time. However, Your Honor, even though the suicide note is indeed fake, Mr. Wingard could not have known that, and so the facts remain unchanged. But okay. Well, now you've brought this up just to confuse me, is what you're saying. The writers were wasted. But where is the red guitar? Acting under the assumption that it was real, he had plotted to possess it. That does sound like... Sure, I guess. Fine, whatever. That works. We could ask Matt, did you know that was real or fake? And Matt would go, dude, I don't know anything. Your Honor, my client's too stupid to plot a murder. I mean, with how Matt acts in public, the the judge might believe that. But secretly he is scheming and also managed to smuggle wine into a jail cell. Not even to drink it, he just swirls it around to act menacing. Okay. Time to save! Let's see. Hello? Something seems a little wrong with it. Okay. Wait! It tells of Vanguard's horrible misdeeds, but then why would Matt write a fake? Can't we just get another Maya? No! Okay, why would Matt write a note that's trash talks himself? No, it's Juan that wrote it, not Matt. Didn't she have... I wish I could, like, view it. Didn't she have, like, paint or ink on her, hands? Didn't it... That was what... Mr. Wright to not have known it was a fake. Wait, no. I've made a mistake. Yeah, no, I've... Response? Yeah, about to... I believe that even more important than finding out it's real or not is whether Attorney's badge pinned that man's chest is real. Yeah. Really? Yeah. Okay, yeah. I need to save my health. I don't need to get obliterated. Yeah, I don't... we don't have anything. No use. I thought it was like, can you prove that it's actually real? I'm like, well, she had ink on her fingers. I don't know. There is something I would like to ask. Where's the red guitar? Mr. Edgeworth, you had stated something earlier to the effect of the defendant had spied on Mr. Kurita's private life. Oh. I believe this would mean that he would have known about the note as well. Oh! Oh! The judge is doing it for me. Oh, well, that makes things so much easier. That's it. Yes, and so naturally, this means Mr. Engard would have known that the note was a fake. Thank you, Your Honor. That was easy. Order! See here, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Although, which one is it? I was the one who thought of that spying thing. Couldn't even bragged about embarrassing Mr. Orange to my grandchild. Oh, come on. You know what? I'm going back in time and stealing your idea anyway. Just for that. There. What is this little item called again? A video camera, Your Honor. Well, a very small one, but... Oh, that's right, a camera! Ah, you kids and your fancy toys nowadays. Mr. Edgeworth, earlier you claimed that Mr. Engard knew the existence of this note because he was spying on the victim, isn't that right? Thanks, Your Honor. Manipulates time and space. that were true, and that means Mr. Ungard would have to have known that the victim had forged a note. So then, the defendant knew the suicide note was a fake. If that's true, then the situation has suddenly changed in a very dramatic way. I think. Exactly, Your Honor. Listen, there's too many moving parts in this. Look how much evidence, like... And it's not even a question of who done it, it was the killer! We've complicated this too much. There's a guy named the Killer doing the killing. That easy. Prosecution's theory as to what Mr. Ungard's motive for murder was, as it has suddenly disappeared into thin air. Like that one case with the clown. But Your Honor, it's not as if Mr. Ungard monitored Mr. Kurita 24 hours a day. Perhaps the victim wrote the note in a place Mr. Ungard didn't know of. Okay, where? Well, right back at you, Mr. Edgeworth. Why don't you show us some proof that the victim made a forgery at an unknown place? Yeah, how does it feel now? Order, 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 Mr. Edgeworth. It looks like this time it is you who has dug his own grave. Ugh, as I figured. Huh? As you figured? As I figured, Phoenix has time powers. It all came down to this after all. We were trying to find out who hired the killer. Okay, well this is a trial for who murdered a guy. Not that a trial for who hired the guy who murdered the guy. That's a different crime. Yeah, you gotta do that separate. It's not my problem. Ask the killer. Just ask him. Say, hey, the killer, did you kill that guy? And he says, yes, I'm the killer. I did kill that guy. And I'm like, okay, cool. Did Matt tell you to do that? And he's like, nope, someone else. Not telling who, though. Secret. Case closed. Mr. Edgeworth, you are not making any sense. As per usual, as you have been since this entire... Oh, my mouse is on the screen. Hold on. Oh, my bad. Capture cursor. No, we don't want that. When I heard the results of the handwriting analysis, I thought this might happen. No, you didn't. You're making things up again. The question is, what next? Oh, this is the last case. We're gonna move on to the third game after this. What next? I mean, we could do, the Great Ace Attorney instead, if you'd like. Just switch things up. If the prosecution can't prove Mr. Ungard's motive through the evidence, then we must prove it from another angle. The anti-evidence. Well, I agree with you there. I don't know what you're saying, but yes, I will agree with you. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to call a witness to the stand at this time. Oh, well, that's fine. That's what you do. That is your job. Okay. However, this witness is a little unusual. Edgeworth, we had a literal child like the last game. We've had a clown. I put a parrot on the stand. It's probably fine. Edward's stuttering. This is not like him at all. Probably. Maybe, I don't know. Unusual? What sort of person is what sort of witness is this person, Mr. Edgeworth? This witness is the one who is perfectly fit to answer once and for all the questions of who was it that hired Shelly the Killer to commit murder? Just... Oh, that's easy. Why didn't we just do this before? That's impossible! Who in the... No such person exists who can answer that question with such certainty. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. Who is this witness? The witness is me. It's, John Witness. Damn, he's got John Witness. Yes, go on, who is it? The man himself. Hey, wait a minute! He stole my bit! He went back in time and he said what my idea was! What? I was saying that! Your Honor! Your Honor, he's using time powers! Man... I mean, this will be really easy now. Just ask the killer. Bob see it all. Cousin of Frank saw it. The judge does. I can't believe it. He stole my idea. Oh, Mr. the Killer. Oh, of course. Well, that makes things so much easier. Wait a minute. Is Shelly the Killer? The guy who does the killing? Yes, that the killer. You mean the killer? I mean the assassin who does the killing. Yes, Your Honor. The killer who does the killing. He's coming here. To the witness stand. Oh, this makes things so much easier. We can just call the police up front. Oh wait, Gumshoe's dead. It's got us again. Well, yes, in a matter of speaking. The killer that does the killing? Yeah, no, D.E. killer. Not the killer, D killer. D killer who does D killing. It's different. It's French, I think. Or possibly German. Anyway, I recognize that this is a very unusual circumstance, so I ask for your permission. Well, Mr. Wright, yeah, I mean, this would make my job a lot easier if we get the guy who did the killing to say, yeah, I did the killing. Is this alright with you? Are you good? Do I have a choice here? I can't really do much else to drag this trial. I mean, yeah, okay. The defense has no objections, Your Honor. I wonder if it's really alright. Is this allowed? Chat, is this allowed? There's no chat room in here, Your Honor. What? Do we have a law against this? Very well then, the prosecution calls its witness to the stand. Edgeworth, is there no other way left? Is this the best we have? Now then, witness. Your name and your, occupation, please. I have a sneaking suspicion on what it is. That's not a man. That's a radio. Oh my god, he was a robot this entire time. Very good, sir. My name is Shelly the Killer, and I'm a professional in the killing. I say, what is going on here? That's not a guy. Your Honor, no, that's a normal man. A very real man. How can you remain so calm? And what is the meaning of this two-way radio? That's not the killer, that's a radio. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, the radio looks like him, that's funny. It's got, like, the stitch in the middle, and it's got one of his eyes. It looks like a face. I see it. Do you see the face, chat? Actually, Your Honor, it was delivered to me just now. And it came with a condition. And also a terms of warranty. As long as we do not trace its source, Mr. DeKiller will testify in court and promise not to do any dekilling. For now. So this must be what the urgent phone call he got earlier was about. Oh no, this will not do! I cannot allow this in my court! First of all, we can't even be sure this is really Mr. DeKiller himself! Witness, please present some sort of proof that you are, in fact, Shelly DeKiller who does the killing. I understand. Please wait a second. I'm about to do some dekilling right now to prove it. I'm so hungry. Maya! Maya! A voice! Mr. Wright, can you confirm anything from this? Yeah, about that. Shelly DeKiller is kind of holding my friend hostage right now. The defense has no objections to this person. This is a real man, and not a radio. We are satisfied that this man is indeed Shelly DeKiller. Looks like we have run into another unexpected turn of events. Well, it doesn't seem like we have too many choices under these circumstances, so... Now then, witness. There's one thing I would like to confirm before we speak of anything else. And what would that be? At the request of a client, you killed Mr. Juan Carita. Is this correct? No. It is as you say. I did, indeed, kill Mr. Carita. Now that we have answered that, let me move on to the name of your client. Secret. Very well. This is all just a bad dream. Yes, that's it, a bad dream. Shelly DeKiller, do not snitch on me now, please. Is Shelly DeKiller a snitch? There is something I must first state. To an assassin, nothing is more important than the trust between a client and himself. This is the reason that I am here today, on this witness stand. It is my wish that you grasp this concept before I give the name of my client. John Clientson. Mr. DeKiller seems to be a very clever man. I'd almost say he seems to be mocking us. Well, he may appear to be our enemy, Your Honor. We literally have no other choice, so be nice. Mr. DeKiller is only stating the truth. How do you know that? He is no hypocrite. He has always stood by this one belief. Besides the killing people. You mean about this trust between his clients and himself thing? Seems to be a level of trust beyond what people like me can comprehend. Well, Mr. Wright, are you ready to cross-examine this witness? Yeah, I guess. There's no way to know what's coming next, so stay cool and collected, Phoenix. Okay. About my client. I think I must first state. Tell me more about that. The trust between you and your client? I provide my services in a fast and efficient manner. In exchange, I trust that my client is discreet about my identity. And to many people, if too many people knew my face, it would be quite troublesome. It's a good thing I don't stick out or anything. It's a good thing I definitely don't stick out or anything. And that is why you're testifying in this manner? This is not the first time one of my clients has ever been accused of murder. I must preserve the killer name, so my clients can trust me. Oh, was it the first time or not the first time? I honestly wasn't paying attention. But couldn't someone stab you in the back and break your trust? It's never happened before, but if it ever did... Yeah? That person wouldn't be my client for very long. They would certainly... be killed. That's enough, please, no more. Very well. It was only hypothetical. Anyway. He was being recorded. That seems a little strange to me. I mean, you're about to tell us the name of your client. I think that'd be very bad for them. Yeah, but I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. This client has already broken the rules and has acted outside of the prescribed role. Their role? This person has tried to implicate another of the crime in order to save themselves. And, I'm literally called the killer. I was going to take credit for that. What is his problem? And this is a trespass that cannot be forgiven. Who gave you the right to act so high and mighty? To the gentleman who spoke just now. Excuse me, would you care to die? I can't actually tell who you are. This thing doesn't have a camera, so I'm just going to threaten whoever said that. Ah, no, I didn't say anything. Josh better watch himself. Okay, tell me more. I understand, so please tell us the name of your client. Oh, wait. That might be a bad idea. I'm afraid I cannot do that. Oh, okay. I still have a few things to say before I do. Oh, okay. What are they? It's not good for your health to be so aggravated. It's also not good for your health to be killed. You won't live very long if you let everything bother you. Somehow that coming from Assassin makes it less than comforting. I don't really care about all this extra fluff. Just tell me the name already. Patience. Try and calm down a little. It's important and try to understand his mindset. Okay. I'm gonna press this first, but it really feels like... We can hear anything you have to say later. Can you please tell us... I don't think you understand your place, Mr. Attorney. Fair enough. Do you know what the word first means? Okay, sorry, go on. So... about that spy camera. No? What? Oh, what? Didn't I press that already? Huh? I was wondering about something you just said. You said that your client has already broken the rules. A person who frames another is the worst kind of human. He's stealing my credit. And that's why you feel like you can betray this person? I have no trust relation with a client who can't understand their assigned role. Assassin with a conscience. Who would have figured? Do you think you can what? I understand your logic, I'm just confused on why I had to do that twice. If you can't, then I'm afraid we can't proceed. Everyone understands your point, I think. Really? Probably? In that case, I believe I'm prepared to disclose the information you seek. You've made it crystal clear that you value trust over all else. I believe we are ready. Excellent. Don't you agree? Yeah, yes please. Just, let's get this over with. Wait, but if you want to betray him... Wait a minute. Wait a minute, if you're ready to betray him... Why are you even holding Maya hostage? Why are you even making me do this? Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You don't even like this guy. Why do you want him acquitted? Wait a minute. I'm confused. Again. Need a drink of water. What? I can't ask the client's name. You can't ask it, Mr. Wright, then I will. Witness. What is the name of your client who requested the murder of Mr. Juan Garita? That person's name is John Client. It's so over. Adrian Andrews. I knew that. Witness! That's not who you told me it was earlier. What? Huh? Pray tell, what are you talking about, Mr. Prosecutor? I think I should know my own client, and it is definitely Adrian Andrews and no one else. What? I mean, he was doing what I said he would do, so now everything makes sense. Oh my god, the bar just went really red when I sneezed. I'm sorry, that was probably really loud. Thank you. This can't be. On the phone earlier, you... Mia, what's going on? Look at Mia. She doesn't like, well, this is fine. What's going on here? My guess is Mr. DeKiller just stabbed Mr. Edgeworth in the back. Probably because he's a DeKiller. And he loves stabbing. Stabbing Edgeworth in the back. I mean, he's already stabbed a man in the front. I'm sure in order to get an audience with this court. Mr. DeKiller told him a different name. Madame Guard, perhaps? I knew it. This is outrageous! I was deceived! This witness is telling a very serious lie. But you were the one who summoned this witness! You... Shelly DeKiller, who could have known that a guy named Shelly DeKiller, who does the killing, couldn't be trustworthy? Well, at least Matt's off the hook. So I can go home now. Why didn't we just do this at the beginning? This already is so much easier. My testimony is the truth. The defendant at the moment is Matt on guard, am I correct? All I wish to do is help procure his acquittal. H. I'm completely lost. Don't worry, so is everyone else. Didn't we already prove that Adrian wasn't... that... I mean, we proved that she didn't do it. We didn't prove that she wasn't the one who hired... the one to... But she was the one who framed... or tried to frame Matt when she found the body. But why would she have to do that if she hired him to... Huh? Wow. Me too, man. Wow, this case is a load of barnacles. All of a sudden, it feels like we can actually win this. I mean, I guess. Adrian's gonna go to jail again. That sucks for her. Real bummer. But, like, that's not my problem anymore. You really don't remember anything. It was 3 months ago, and I usually have the memory of, like, 3 days. Yeah. Well. Case closed, everyone. Let's go home. The prosecution has failed to provide a motive and has instead provided the suicide note, which is a forgery, created by the victim. Furthermore, there is a possibility the defendant himself knew it was fake. Matt on guard admitted... Yeah! I'm not saying... I know Matt did it. I mean, I know Matt hired him. I'm just saying... How are we gonna prove that Adrian did it when we already have proven that she didn't? I guess that's not my job. That's Edgeworth's job to do. It's just this lie has several flaws in logic. I know Matt is the one, and at the beginning of the stream I said, okay, Matt... Not my... This whole case has suddenly become, well, that's not my problem. You deal with it. Listen, I'm a defense attorney. I just make sure my client isn't... Bring in the clown! Most definitive of all, we have heard from the assassin himself the name of his client. Mr. DeKiller's client who requested the murder was not the defendant at all. No. All this evidence, it's obvious to me that this means that Mr. Matt on guard, is innocent. Oh, well, that was a short stream. Oh, 44 minutes. Usually the court goes... I have seemed to caused you all a bit of confusion. And that's a problem, because my name's DeKiller, and not the Confuser. Please continue your discussion and call me when you... I'm gonna go get some popcorn. Call me when you guys are done. Bye. Bailiff! Please bring Miss Adrian Andrews in immediately! What now? With the way this is going, on guard will be found innocent. Yeah, that sucks. I'm gonna feel bad about it, but you know, that's what you get with the job. This may be our last chance to save Maya. How is the case of the clown easier to deal with than this? Edgeworth wasn't even there for that. Franziska did all the work there. How is she doing? I'm starting to miss her. I wanted to see her fight the killer. I mean, she lost the first fight, but that's because he had a sniper rifle. But Mr. Edgeworth is right, the killer is lying. Well, don't say that out loud, Phoenix. And on guard, my client, I know he's guilty. Can I live with myself if I win this? Phoenix, you're a defense attorney. You have to do things like this. This is your job. Probably. Who would have believed that the prosecution's own witness would absolve the defendant? It's not like that's happened before. Usually it's because they're lying. Your Honor, the prosecution requests permission to further question the witness. Well, he left. Surely the killer is certainly lying under oath, which is a crime. It wasn't me. Oh, well now we have conflicting reports. This is a tough one. Oh, you're here now. Listen, everyone, please. That testimony now is all one big lie. Sanders? Hey, don't blame this on me. This time it wasn't my fault. I was just stood there and someone said, let's get the killer on the stand. I'm like, sure, why not? That's not my... that wasn't me. The suicide note may have been a fake. But, okay, hear me out. That man, Matt, he's the reason Celeste died. Source? And Juan's death was all because he got pulled into Matt's twisted world. It's like Elmo's world, but really scary. What's Matt's twisted world like, Adrian? It's really scary. It's like one of those dark rides. One time, me and my sister, you know you guys know the board game Mousetrap? It's got like the game that you don't play for the board game. You play it to set up the little Rube Goldberg machine that makes the cage fall down. Because I don't care about the actual game. I don't think I ever played it. At the fair, there was a ride called the Mousetrap, and I thought, oh, it's gonna be like a fun, like the board game with a fun not perpetual motion, a Rube Goldberg machine. I love those. They're fun. It wasn't. It was a scary ride. I think Matt's Twisted World would be like that. It was a scary ride with like, it was a really slow-moving cart that went in this little building, and it was dark, and there was scary monsters in there, and I don't even know why it was called Mousetrap. There was like a scary cat at the end, I guess, that jumped out at you. And it scared me and my little sister because we thought it'd be like the board game Mousetrap. That you don't actually play the board game, you just watch the marble go. Anyway, that testimony just now, not including the part about Mousetrap, you have to believe me, it was a horrible, horrible lie. That's what I get for not actually playing the board game Mousetrap. Who knows, maybe the board game is like that. I never actually played it, I just set up the Rube Goldberg machine. But Mr. DeKiller himself has testified, and also left. He hung up the phone. He named you as his client. No, it's not true. You really expect a guy who's an assassin called DeKiller to tell the truth? She's got us there. Also, there is a bit of evidence that points to you. The knife, the button, the donning of the nickel samurai costume. Also, you did do all of that, which is really suspicious, actually. But that's... Yeah, you did kind of still commit crimes. You even have a motive. I mean, like, this is very open and shut. This trial should not have lasted this long, actually. We know that Miss Celeste in Backset was a large part of your life. And I'm still trying to figure out what the Celeste Impacts pun is, because everyone else is a pun. Except for Adrian Andrews, I guess. Maybe that's the joke. Ah. You wanted to follow her, and you wanted revenge against those two who hurt her. I would not say you had... I would say you have plenty of reasons to want both of them dead. No. Trials get longer. I'm aware. It's a bit. It's a joke about how... Never mind. Mr. Wright, do something! What? I'm the defense attorney! You know the truth. Tell them. Tell them the real story. Who the real killer is. I mean, the real killer is the guy named the Killer. I don't know why this is so hard for everyone to understand. The killer did the killing. What are you asking? Why is this a mystery? It was the killer. Please, help me. Yes, I know the truth. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? I believe we have reached the end of this trial. Therefore, I ask the defense for any final words or options, like sound settings and controller vibration. I have to decide. Do I take the not guilty verdict and save Maya? Or do I throw this chance away and wait for Gumshoe's new evidence, who may or may not be dead? What am I supposed to do? Hello? I mean, let's see. I've only been streaming for an hour. I'm not gonna make any... We're not gonna get any ad revenue with that. We gotta continue this trial. Also, it feels too easy to say, yep, it's over. It's suspicious. I'm gonna save, actually. In exchange your opacity! We have ad revenue? I do. I make a whole 20 cents. Per average. On average, per stream. 20 cents. It's pretty great. That's a whole 20 cents I didn't have. I mean, I technically still don't have it because I have to make, like... There's, like, a clause that I have to make $100 for them to actually send it to me. So I actually don't have any money still. But that's not important. It's 20 hypothetical cents. Pretty great. Let's continue this trial. Phoenix, are you going... I have to get my sister killed? No. Nuh-uh. I'm just trying to figure out... But did the killer really do the killing? Phoenix, you're a defense attorney. I know. But... And guards I mean, a murderer... Don't... Phoenix, so... I mean... No, he isn't. What do you call a person who hires an assassin? They're not technically a murder, that's a different crime. Anyway. I can't let him get away with this. I can't let someone else take the fall. Also, look at her, I feel bad. If it was someone who sucked, like Edgeworth, I might let it happen. Or maybe Mo. Conspiracy of murder. Assisted murder. Yeah. Different crime. These are the technicalities you have to learn when you're a lawyer, Phoenix. This trial would have been over way earlier if you did. If you did know. And I'm no better than... I mean, you are, because that's literally just your job. Did they not prepare... Do they not prepare you for this in law school? Like, sometimes you're gonna have to defend a guy who definitely did it. Because, like, everyone has the right to a lawyer. You know, the fair trial and all that, Phoenix? Is this news to you? Even though I don't want to admit it, I have to face the fact. That's because of Edgeworth that I know the real truth. It's called contract killing, murder for hire. Yeah. could have gotten on guard convicted so many times, so this is true. I'm just doing what Edgeworth's doing, which is doing the opposite of what I should be doing for fun. Are we sure he got his title on you? Well, to be fair, Franziska got her law degree at 16, so... I don't know how old it was. She got a law degree as a teenager, so... But he never took a single one of those chances. If I take this verdict right now, I'd be betraying his trust. I mean, I don't trust him because he has lied to me several times regarding him faking his death, but that's besides the point. His trust. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, I hate this guy! I never thought about it until now. Wait a minute. I trust him? I mean, I need a second. I'm having some realizations about myself. Oh boy. Yes, you do. Yes, like this freaking guy. Mr. Wright, your opinion, please. He only lied about his death, nothing more. I mean, besides those other times where he might have faked forged evidence. And also he's just kind of mean to me. But besides that, yeah, I trust him. The defense requests that we be allowed to further question Mr. DeKiller. I mean, come on, he only got like 2 lines. That's not enough. We're not filling up quota here. Am I hearing you correctly, Mr. Wright? Right. But... The witness is clear as your client through his testimony. Your job here is done. Yeah, but, like, we've only been here for an hour, and I've got, like... we've got time. I'm bored. And another thing. We could know more about the killer. Aren't you interested? Oh. We could solve so many murders if we just have him up on the stand somewhere. I'm not done yet. To see through the witness's lies and to find a truth, that is my job, Your Honor. I get paid by the... I get paid... Yeah, my voice isn't decimated yet. We can still keep going. There's still more evidence to look at. I think I forgot to finish that other line because I got distracted by chat again. And I'm sure that one of those pieces arrive here in this very courtroom. A miracle will occur. Very well, the trial will continue. Mr. Edgeworth, please re-establish your connection with Mr. DeKiller. Right away, Your Honor. Hey, wake up. Sir, is the thing on? Sorry, I've got pretzels. Has a verdict been reached? Before that, we would like to talk with you a little more. No. Beep. Just hangs up. About? All you need from me was the name of my client. What else would you need me for? Well... Hold on, let me think of something. Actually, we would like to hear everything you know about this case. That is how things are usually done. Definitely. What is he talking about, usually done? With 2 question marks. Double the confusion. But what shall we have him testify about now? Mr. DeKiller, if you don't mind, please testify about your client in more detail. More legal people and your procedures. Is it any wonder no one likes to go to court? I mean, we have an entire audience. By the way, the people, like, on the sides who are, like, talking when it zooms out, that's not the jury. Ace Attorney doesn't have a jury. Bye. Those are just people who show up for fun. About my client. Part 2. As I've already stated quite a few times, Adrian Andrews is my client. However, one thing I simply cannot overlook is tampering with the scene of the crime. My client did it to frame another for the crime, while pretending to be the first person to discover the body and enter the scene. Adrian Andrews already knew from the very beginning that Juan Carrito was dead. What even more appalling is the creation and planting of the knife and button. That act is what I was referring to when I said my client had broken the rules. Oh great, we're gonna have to remember, like, stuff that happened at the beginning of this trial. Oh god. This is the most unexpected turn of events. For the, 5th time now? Oh, this is going on for too long. However, this time everything has finally been revealed. Except where was the bright red guitar? Objection, Your Honor. We still don't know where the guitar is. Just a second, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. We still have cross-examinations to do. But you don't need to question a testimony like this. Do you, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, the defense will question the witness. Just for funsies. Huh? Why? What this witness said is nothing but beneficial to defense's case, okay? He needs to say more beneficial things. What if he's hiding more beneficial things? If you scrutinize the testimony, then it'll expose lies that are oh so beneficial to me, I suppose. I don't understand what's going on anymore. Me neither. That makes 2 of us. Let me save. Oh. Coyotes. Andrew's finger. A button. How did you know about this? I would think most people would be able to overlook a person hiring another to kill. Damn, you're right. If I had a problem with such thing, I wouldn't be very effective at my job. Well, change in occupation might be good for you. However, I will say this. Even though I am the one that does the killing, my clients are always the real guilty party. I don't think that's how that works. That goes without saying, Mr. the Killer. And their fate is to live with the knowledge of their guilt on their shoulders. However, my client this time thought they could run away from their guilt. Are you talking about the button and the knife? Yes, and my business card. Oh, this card. Why would Adrian need to frame? So that no one has to waste their time, including the police, I always make it a point to make things as easy as possible. You try to make things easy. It does work like that. No, I don't think you're exempt from guilt because you murdered someone else because someone else hired you to do so. I think you're still pretty guilty. My business cards make it easy to identify who carried out the service. But to disregard everything, to go and stab the deceased with a knife, even hide my card from sight, that is something I cannot overlook. It's really hard to tell if he's being truthful or not without him being here. So you're saying most clients wouldn't do such a thing? That is correct. Usually, most people try to create an alibi for themselves. You should use my services, Mr. Attorney. I would suggest you plan out your alibi too. Ah, no, I already told you I have no intention of using your services. Ever. I think this guy's about to use the services. Why does he keep looking at me like I'm the one who needs your trial here? From the very beginning? That is correct. Before my client visited the room, all of my clients know precisely what the situation is at all times. That's really true. That's odd. Even more appalling is the creation and planting of the knife and button. So why do you think your client did that? So what? Why did she do that? I don't know. What do you mean by why? Well, fiddling around at the scene of the crime is pretty risky, and why would someone who has requested a murder go to the crime scene anyway? That is true. I assume it was probably done to frame Mr. On guard. If that's the case, then why didn't the person just request that you do it? Sadly, that is not possible. Huh? My job is to kill. My name's the Killer, not the Framer. And I leave my business card behind, naturally. The business card is not my client's, so my clients may escape blame. To protect themselves is my duty. Even if they say it's for revenge, setting someone else up to take your fall. And that's all you have to testify. Yes, and I pray that I will never be called to the stand again. Again, as you plan to continue. I must. I have yet to find the person to take my place and become the fourth successor. Listen, there are not many people called the Killer. And do you expect someone named the Killer to really be able to get any other job? Mind your own business. Actually, how would you like a new life, Mr. Attorney? Excuse me? No, I'm fine, really. Are you really now? I wonder what kind of man the judge thinks I am now. What are you gonna do now, Phoenix? I'm so confused. What is it, Mr. Wright? Witness, about requesting a hit. Yes? How much is your fee? I see you're quite a dark-hearted man, Mr. Huh? If you would like to talk about... Heck no! Mr. Wright! You want to kill me! You want me dead, don't you? What? You don't see Mr. Pretty guilty! Witness, let's continue. Adrian already knew from the beginning that Juan Creed was dead. So, Edgeworth, like, went, at this line, but I don't know what he's trying to get at. That's odd. So it's like, clearly this. Adrian... Oh, let me read it one more time. So what does he say? That's odd, exactly. Very beginning. My clients know precisely what the situation is at all times. Wonder if that's really true. Did it have to do with the camera? No. I'm confused. I have the knife and the button. What do I have? Mostly read. Let me read the other one. Oh no, that's not. Look, I'm just trying to figure out. Adrian knew the beginning. No, because she planned to have the press conference? No. I didn't mean to do that. Um... Hmm. The guitar case? No. I'll read it again. From before my client visited the room, all of my clients know precisely what the situation is at all times. I mean, that's clearly not the case, because Matt needed a camera during the murder, but they said, nah. And it's like, oh, is that really true? But when I present the camera, that... Is it the bear? The bear? It's not the bear. What? What about the fake note? No. I'm confused. Here? No. Is it a person? Screw it, use everything. I don't freaking care anymore. I didn't mean to do that. From the very beginning. Like, what evidence do we have that says no? The glass of wine? Like, why would she put something on the... No. I am confused. I thought, oh, they plan to have a press conference to expose Matt. Nope, that's not it. Oh, it's because the guitar is gone? No, that's not it. Oh, she had a glass of wine that put her fingerprints on the scene of the crime. That's suspicious. Why would she do that if she wanted to frame him? No, that's not it. Freaking... Why would she move the camera? Like, there is literally a camera watching the whole thing. Matt needed a camera. You may- yeah, I just didn't have time to do it before this stream. The friggin' bear? Bear? The wrong statement? Okay, let's try everything on this statement first. Was it the wine glass? Oh, it was! I was right. Okay, I just put it on the wrong one. Why was it on that one? Why wouldn't it be on the one about just tampering with the crime scene and not the one about not knowing he was dead? Huh? Anyway. Because she was thirsty. Ah, I see. Thank you so much for taking the time to testify, Mr. DeKiller. What is the meaning of that attitude? Don't give me that look. I can't see you, I don't have a camera on here, but I can tell you're giving me a look right now that I don't like. Because the game's kind of got that issue where I want this answer and this statement even if the either would have worked. Yeah. When Adrian Andrews entered the victim's room, your client had no idea that Juan Carita would have been murdered. But how do you know that? How do I know that? From the wine glass, Your Honor. The glass? Mr. DeKiller's supposed client, through Mr. Carita, thought Mr. Carita had only fainted, which is why this glass of tomato juice was poured for the victim. But isn't that just isn't that just a part of Adrian Andrews' calculated plan? I don't know why I added a Mr. there. There's a lot of Misters, but that's not one of them. That is not possible, Your Honor. This glass bears the fingerprints of that person. Had this been planned, they would have never left their fingerprints behind. I see your point. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion? Strangely enough, I had the same exact thought just now. I need you to say something, moron. Witness, how do you explain this strange phenomenon? Aurora Borealis. Isn't it a waste of time to ask about such a minor detail? It's what I do. It's the whole point of this game. It's not a very important point anyway, correct? Also, why am I doing this? This is your job. I'm afraid you are mistaken. Adrian Andrews really is your client, as you claim. Then your client should have had the knowledge of Mr. Carita's death. If not... And that can only mean that Adrian Andrews was never your client at all. Or you're just not as good as communicating as you say you are. Mr. Wright, are you saying Mr. DeKiller killed Mr. Carita? Yeah. How strange. Yes? Why is it that the attorney has yet to raise an objection at this absurd situation? I don't know. Phoenix. The killer figures out we're up to. We're in for real trouble. Yeah, I know. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm surprised you know you can't say things like that without any evidence. Ah. Oh yeah, my bad. Well, that was an awfully weak objection for the two of you. That was kind of lame. Do it better next time. Anyway, I'm positive there was a contradiction to that testimony. The prosecution requests further testimony concerning when the request was taken. No. Damn it. And then the game ended. Very well. Right now I have to buy us more time. While we wait for the items the killer left behind to get here. I just know that the very outcome of the trial lies with those items. And I've forgotten what they were. Did we know? This request came to me, about a week ago. Wait, hold on. Doesn't say. Okay, I don't find anything directly suspicious with that. Can plan a hit in a week? That's efficient. Was requested of my services on the night of the awards ceremony. We met at a certain bar and discussed and finalized a few matters. That is what occurred. I have trust my memory, and I believe I have made no mistakes. Yeah, I've got nothing. I have no idea. So you physically met your client, That is correct. Meeting one's client is the first step in building trust, in my opinion. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Request taking. Oh god, the music's going crazy. About a week ago. 1 week since you looked at me. Are you sure? Yes, I'm quite sure. That's why I said about, because that's so certain. Of course, I had my own preparations, and I was barely able to finish. When you request my services, Mr. Attorney, I hope you will keep that in mind. Please, stop. You are making me uncomfortable. In any case, my client this time had a very specific date and time in mind. Specific date and time. Requested for my services on the night of the awards ceremony. You ask why on that specific night? No. I try to fulfill all the conditions of my client's request. But as for why, I only had my suspicions. Your suspicions, huh? What are you so suspicious about? What are any suspicions you had? Why did your client request that night? I'm sure it was all for the bear. The bear? There's a lot of bears. You gotta be more specific. We got like 2 in here, and that's just the ones in evidence. My client spoke of it. I'm sure there will be a bear-shaped figurine in Juan Corrida's room. Only bear-shaped. It's not a real bear. I'd like you to retrieve that item for me. That wasn't found at... That wasn't found at, her house. That was found at Matt's house. Outside that figurine was a suicide note. Oh god! I'm good. Naturally, the victim brought it with him to his hotel room. He's planning on publicly disclose its contents at the press conference after all. That is correct. Yeah, I'm okay. And I had not... If I have... And if I had not done the job that night, I would not have known where that bear figurine was. Well, Mr. Wright, is that testimony? It's very important, Your Honor. Testimony just now has made one thing clear, and that is... the client knew the secret of the bear figurine. Okay. Huh. Why is everyone so quiet? Mr. Wright, I think all of us already knew that. Oh, really? What bar, though? So you physically met Adrian Andrews, right? Of course I did. Tell me more. Witness, I would like you to give us a few more details. I always meet my clients as a matter of principle. I've never taken a request by telephone or mail. Imagine receiving a hit request in the mail. And why is that? It takes too long. It's because I value the trust between a client and myself above all else. And the only way to establish that is to speak to my client while looking them in the eye. Well, Mr. Wright? No. Why he meets his clients is not important. That wasn't the point. Witness, please stop sidestepping my questions. What do you mean by that? My question is, did you really meet Adrian Andrews in person? It's only through talking with him I began to... You've misgendered Adrian! I mean, I've done that before. That's when I thought I can trust this person as a client. It's true what they say about talking face to face. It was very important. think I've got him. Your Honor, I believe the testimony just now was of the utmost importance. Huh? Really? That's the case. Witness, please include the testimony just now. What you just said now in the testimony. Adrian is a woman. That's not Phoenix. Suppose you are correct. You sure your testimony is accurate? Are you sure? I would like to go over this one more time. You made Adrian Andrews at the bar and took the request at the time. Yes, that is correct. And that's what you thought he was trustworthy. Yes, that is correct. I'm sorry. But that's an impossible tale. What? Surely the killer... You have never met the real Adrian Andrews. Why do you say that? Because you made one very big slip-up about her. So what's the issue? Wait a minute. What did you say just now? About her? You've ever met Adrian Andrews in person? One look would have told you that she was a woman. I mean, that's Matt's manager. How would he not know about her at all? Oh! Oh my god, he exploded! Oh my god, I blew up the radio with my mind! First class is now this. Order in the court! Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? This witness testified to the following. That he always meets face-to-face with his clients when taking their requests. But he's never met Adrian Andrews in person. Yes, Your Honor, that's exactly the point. That means Mr. Tequiller's client could not have been Miss Adrian Andrews, but instead of— oh, don't do that. What is he doing? Why is he moaning? Stop doing that. Mr. Edgeworth, why is he doing that? I understand your logic on this one, however... Why would the assassin make such a basic mistake? I believe it has something to do with her name, Your Honor. Her name? Yes. Adrian Andrews was without doubt a very androgynous name. Yes. I see. Unlikely for Mr. Tequiller. The entire time he was on the stand, he had no one had stated Adrian Andrews' gender. And so he simply picked the wrong gender to go with. What's going on? It's this thing called pronouns, Your Honor, that exist in the English language. Shelley the Killer! The court demands an explanation! I think somehow I must have mixed up this client with another. There's actually a third secret guy. So, I mean, do you remember something different now? Yes, of course. Please. You would all allow me to testify once more. He's gonna spit out more I mean, that's fine with us. That just means we get to stall for longer and hopefully Gumshoe will show up. Maybe. Yes, now I remember. I took the request by mail. You just said you didn't do that. There have been times when I took a job without having met my client. Request was for the murder of Juan Grita and 2 or 3 other small things. What do you mean 2 or 3? When I saw the name at the end of the letter, I thought my client to be a man. So you took this job through letter. Careful, Phoenix. If you break the assassin's testimony completely, it's over for us. I know, I can't make him suspicious, but I think we're okay. Like, we can do it's probably fine. I know your sisters might die if I do this wrong, but it's probably fine. As long as he's standing there across from me. As long as I have you by my side. No matter how strong of a punch I throw, he'll counter it. Okay. Phoenix has seemingly forgiven Edgeworth. I have not. Now then, let's begin the cross-examination. You just said you didn't do that. But didn't you just say that you always meet your clients? Yes, I suppose I did. Yeah, I did say that. However, there are some clients for whom a meeting is simply not possible. But didn't you meet your clients this time? No, I did not. Oh, come now, let's stop with the game of cat and mouse. Using your silkiest voice is not going to work on me. Damn it. Alright then, just cough it up and confess. Mr. Wright, you can't just badger the witness with such harsh words. You're a lawyer, behave like one and present evidence instead of mindlessly yelling. No. Sorry, Your Honor, unfortunately I don't have any proof. I see. Then your line of questioning is another waste of time. It's the nature of right and wrong. Hahaha. Very funny. Many times when I took a job without having met my client. Examples? And why could you not meet certain clients? Recently, I've been receiving more requests. I'm just so popular and loved. If I meet each and every client, I would lose some nice business opportunities. Nice business? How many people are requesting to kill these days? On top of which, times have changed. Now the age of information and computers, correct? In the future of 2016. Well, I have joined the times. I now request via electronic mail. Email. I also have a Tumblr blog with an ask box. Electronic mail? Do you have a mail that is in a special insulated envelope? Oh, I'm very sorry. Despised shortening of words. What I meant by electronic mail is commonly referred to as an email. Email. Contest of mimicry. The judge would have beat a parrot, hands down. I would know. I've met a parrot. So you took this job without having met your client, and... what were the 2 or 3 other things? 2 or 3 other things? Why 2 or 3? What were these other things? A few other things that have nothing to do with it. Are you You're a trained assassin that was hired. They're important. Oh, I think it's whether or not they're related to the case is for the court to decide. Mr. Attorney, uh-oh. Yes? Everything I said from the beginning is nothing but beneficial to your client. Which is why I wonder what pushing you to continue with the cross-examine. Could it be that you're planning to betray your own client? I smell a stench of backstabber. Should you turn out to be one? Wait. I'm gonna save for now. I'm gonna let it go. So you're saying that you never saw your face to the clients, not even once. I did, once. It was when I went to give my client the figurine. Yes, I see. But Miss Andrews was wearing a mask at the time. A mask? The Nickel Samurai mask, I'm guessing? Mr. Wright, what do you have to say about this? save again, just in case. There is a contradiction. One thing does sort of stick out to me, Your Honor. I think most definitely saw your client. No, that's not Phoenix. Mr. Powers' testimony. Oh, okay, that did work. After the award ceremony, I went by myself to Matt's room. Matt was standing there in front of his room, still in his nickel samurai costume. Matt gave the bellboy a tip. Received quite a large roll of cash from Mr. On Guard. Wait, Phoenix, you... Phoenix. That night I did wander the floor as a bellboy. I received plenty of tips that night for carrying juices to various rooms. Is that so wrong? Huh? The man who gave me that tip was not my client. He was probably just a very generous person. I'm sorry, but sadly we are not nearly so generous here. If I could receive large rolls of cash by simply bringing people things on trays, why on earth would I stand around here prosecuting? Isn't his salary more than enough for one man? And where's your evidence that the large roll of cash is not in fact a tip? Show me the money! What? Yes? Do you know, I think your line of questioning has been a little strange. In fact, I would say you don't seem to believe Miss Andrews is my client. Oh, no, it's not like that at all. I just think lies aren't a good thing, you know? I know and I agree. Lies are not a good thing at all. I think we're on the same page now, aren't we, Mr. Attorney? Remember, if I feel threatened in any way, I'm free to cut contact at any time. I'm sorry, please forgive my foolishness. Well, you were this apologetic all the time. Anyway, I do not see a huge contradiction here. Pretty much reached the end of our rope. So bad. Right, we're completely destroying the killer's lie. Do I have... I guess I have no other choice. Simply stop telling us contradictions. No. This is a very important matter. Please cooperate and tell us what these jobs your client were. Oh. It was that easy. If it's truly that important, I suppose I don't have that much of a choice. The bear figurine. The bear figurine? The bear figurine. After the assassination of the target, I was told to find that figurine. I was told that this job was just as important as the actual killing. And where was that figurine? It was inside Mr. Kurita's suitcase. And then, what did you do next? I handed it over to my client right away. Gave it to your client, interesting. This information certainly sounds important to me. Adrian Andrews. Tell me more about Bear. I found this figurine in Mr. Unguard's mansion. Gave it to Miss Andrews. Sorry, I'm so used to saying Mr. Then, what was it doing there? I was waiting for her there. That was also part of the plan, to frame Mr. Unguard, I'm sure. That makes a lot of sense. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any problem with this piece of testimony? No. It's no use, as long as I can't put my finger on the central problem here. It appears that Mr. Wright has no problems. Well then, witness, please continue. Well, if you met there, then wouldn't you have... Yes, I see. I'm confused. Yeah, the contradiction. Yeah, Matt was swearing it. Yeah, we've been through this. Yes, there is a contradiction. If you want to make a strong point, Phoenix, you have to present strong evidence. Think it over again. If you gave it to Miss Andrews, what was it doing there? It's waiting for her there. Waiting for her there. It has to be something with this camera, right? Or... Is it like with the bear itself? Okay, why would they... Let me... It's no use. Find the figurine. I was wearing a mask at the time. So... So, they plan to meet at Matt's house. And... Why was he not suspicious about that? But, like, just... So, if he doesn't want Matt... So he went to Matt's house to drop it off. Did he not, like, see the... Well... There's only one way to do this. Waiting for her. Waiting for her. Okay, she was... Why did she not... There are contradictions. So, things it could be. It could be the camera. Maybe the bear. Maybe the note inside the bear. I guess I present evidence. Let's go over this one more time. Yes, please. You gave Miss Andrews the bear figurine, and she told you to take the bear and wait for her at Unguard Mansion. Is that correct? Yes. Where are you going with this? Well, I think you might have remembered a few things incorrectly. I don't think it's possible for Miss Andrews to have been stripping of this bear. Because... I can't even save. I'm gonna try, like, the bear itself. Oh. We did it! If you've really given the bear to Miss Andrews, then the item should not have been inside it. Okay, so... Oh... Okay. This item... I see where you're going. And, like, it's gotta be the bear, the bear kinda makes sense. Like, I knew it was something about the bear, I just didn't know what about the bear it was. I'm like, it's something about the bear, don't ask me what. Yep, that's where I'm going. Where's everyone going? Do I need to pack a suitcase? I don't know. Your Honor, please think back about Miss Andrews' testimony. And I was going to burn it for her sake. Alright, she's gonna burn the note! I forgot about that. Even if it's for a single minute, this bear had actually been in Miss Andrews' hands, I'm sure she would have taken the suicide note out and burned it. Unless she was lying. Order, order, order! So that's where you two are going at. So by the very fact that the suicide note was still inside the bear, tells us your client didn't know how to disassemble the puzzle. Which means, Your Honor, that it's impossible for Adrian Andrews to be the client. Ooh, blows up radio with my mind. Order, order, order! Mr. Phoenix Wright. Uh-oh. I'm sure I mentioned this before. How I hate traitors above all else. I think your cross-examination has clearly demonstrated something to me. You must wish to break your end of our agreement. No, that's not. That's enough. If that's your only intention, then there's only one thing for me to do. Wait, please, gentlemen, ladies, please excuse me. I have a matter I must attend to. No, please, not that. Please wait. Mr. Attorney, bring this trial to a speedy end, and I may stay my hand otherwise. I'm gonna start sobbing. What in the... Mr. Wright, are you... Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor? I didn't understand this outburst just now. Well, that's because you don't understand anything. Do you think there is a need to hear more testimony, or is this enough? Well, we should... Edgeworth, we can't do this. She'll... Luce and I... Everyone, the prosecution rests. What is going on? I don't understand anything. Prosecution has no further questions, Your Honor. What? What? Well, I never thought that I'd see the day. All of this is incredibly suspicious, but also I want to go home, so... Prosecution rests with no further questions, then the prosecution has failed to uphold stance. If that's the case, even though I am reluctant, I must believe that Mr. DeKiller's testimony is accurate. Even though I lied a whole bunch, but who knows? Who cares? What would mean that Mr. Shelley DeKiller's client is Adrian Andrews. No way. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? I end the trial here right now. We gotta go home. The game's over. Your client, Madam Guard, will be declared innocent. You understand how trials work, right? And in his place, Adrian Andrews would be charged with murder. Well, she would have to get a different attorney and do a different trial then. And maybe that attorney can prove her innocent. But I can't be that attorney. Oh well. Prosecution has no further questions, so we will now hear the defense's final remarks. Bailiff, Please bring the defendant Matt on guard to the stand. Items from the killer's hideout didn't make it in time. Tried as hard as we could, but looks like our time has run out. Bummer. The outcome lies in your... Why are you making me... You do it if it's such a big deal. Oof. My headphones got tangled up in my chair. No, the outcome lies in the judge's hand. He's the one who... Hi, Matt. Dude, did this old guy finally decide? To be honest, I can't think of you as a truly innocent and good person. I just don't like your vibe. You have done enough evil to drive a woman to suicide. Allegedly. How a bummer. But... At least on the charge of murder, it would appear you are innocent, so, like, who cares? Bruh. Huh. I'm going evil mode. So, I guess even the old fuddy-duddy figured me out. Mr. On guard? That's a cool scar. I know. What an atrocious lawyer I have. Giving his own client up like this. Man, that refreshing like a spring breeze crap. It's just as atrocious, don't you agree? Yeah, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm very evil. Wow, he's very evil. Anyway, get on with it and pronounce me innocent already. Right, Mr. Lawyer? Matt, don't test me. Oh god, the Shadow Realm. Should I side with justice, or should I save Maya's life? You better get on guard at guilty sentence, okay? But if I did that, Maya will die. But if he says he's innocent, then Miss Andrews will be charged as the murderer. Does he say guilty or not guilty? Either choice I make, someone's life is going to end. Ah! The red zone! Scary. It all hinges on what I choose. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear the defense's final statements on the matter. If the person who hired the assassin was Adrian Andrews, then your client, Matt on guard, is innocent. But there's no need to ask, old man. Also, why are you asking? You've never done this before. After all, my lawyer is gonna say what I want, aren't you? Right. I can't do this. Make someone else decide. My client, Matt on guard, is... Um... Damn, I don't know. Is there like an option in the middle? These are some polarizing choices here. If I say not guilty, Maya will technically be alive, but a lot of people are gonna be mad at me. But so I say guilty, an actual assassin is going to be mad at me. I hate this man. You know what? Chat, you decide. I don't want the... I don't like this responsibility. How do I make a poll? Is Matt Ansel? Start poll, yes or no? Is Matt cancelled? Yes or no, everyone? You decide. So if something goes wrong, I can blame it on someone else. Is Matt over? I don't know how long this poll will last. Oh, I have to end it manually. Let's weigh our options here. Gumshoe. The the 4 to 5 people wanted. I mean, oh yeah, everyone has voted yes. Matt is in fact over. The people have spoken. Matt is canceled. Matt is over, party. Get this guy. Where'd the music go? We are waiting for your answer, Mr. Wright. Matt on guard, your client deserves an answer. I mean, the guilty or not guilty pleas, your job, Your Honor. Maya, I'm sorry. She'll get over it. Matt on guard is... Ow! Did I not have a choice? Matt on guard is Franziska von Karma. Wow, we did that poll for nothing. What are you doing? Ow! You see now, don't you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? This is exactly why you should never take your eyes off that scruffy fool. Did you bring them? The final pieces? Do you have them? You should know better than to ask that, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. A Von Karma is perfect in every way. The evidence here is in perfect condition. Don't worry about Scruffy. He's fine. His injuries are minor, mostly whip-related. All of the items are inside this thing. What a filthy old coat this is. That's Gumshoe's. I can spot his tattered rags anywhere. I apologize for its ugliness, but there was nothing else to wrap the items in. You stole his coat! That was probably his only coat! I fought long and hard this whole trial. All for what is inside that raggedy old coat. That cringe coat. That lame coat. What did you do to him? I turned him into a coat. I'm sure that inside that coat lies a crucial piece of evidence. Your Honor, inside that filthy coat are the defense's final piece of evidence. Your final evidence? This trial is already over. All that remains is for me to hand down my verdict. I do not believe that any evidence presented now would change the outcome of this trial. But what if it did, though? But what if? Your Honor, it is our duty to examine every piece of evidence, down to the last. I request that Miss Von Karma be allowed to present these pieces of evidence. I suppose you are right, Mr. Edgeworth. I grant permission to do so. However, this one obvious rule applies here. The items do not bring up any new points. They will be not accepted by this court. Now, Miss Von Karma, if you please. These pieces of evidence are items left by the killer during his escape from the police. Must have been in quite a rush. Yes, Your Honor. The killer left 3 pieces of evidence. That's a lot. Somewhere among the evidence you're about to see, there will be something that will turn this whole situation around, like a miracle. I'm sure of it. It's all we can hope for, Phoenix. Mia, stop reading my mind. First item is a pistol. I mean, I guess I can question for more details. Does pistol have any relation to this case? We have yet to perform ballistic tests, so I can't say anything for certain. But also, literally no one was shot in this trial, except for me. Don't worry about that. That didn't count. However, I believe it has something to do with his case, at least with me. That's the pistol that he used to shoot you, isn't it? That's what I believe, yes. Oh. I kept the bullet they removed from my shoulder as a sort of memento. I'm sure it'll be an excellent sample for the test. It's going in my bullet collection, because I have a feeling I'm going to get shot more times. Okay, a gun. I can use this on the killer. The second piece of evidence is this videotape. The killer took that from, question for more details. We checked the contents of that tape. Unfortunately, there was no time to. Oh yeah. But I would speculate that this tape is very important. Why would you say that? Why would you say that? Because he came back to his hideout just for it. The killer went back for it? That's right. Looks like he was trying to recover it. He injured 3 of the officers at the site. Somehow, it looked like they managed to protect it from the killer. Shelly the Killer is no ordinary man. He's a man who's the killer. Last piece of evidence is this bellboy's uniform. Is that uniform from the Gatewater Hotel? Was that used during the crime? I'm almost certain it was. There was even a pair of black leather gloves in one of the pockets. No doubt about it. The killer was wearing this on the night of the murder. There was one thing I found interesting about this uniform. And what is that? There's a button missing on this uniform. A button? It's a very unique button. I'm sure if we were to recover it, it would provide us with an interesting clue. One of the buttons is missing. That's all I have to present, Your Honor. It's just as I thought. And what is that, Your Honor? I'm sure, were we under normal circumstances, these items from Shelly the Killer's hideout would have been very important clues. However, our question is not who did the killing, it is who was the client. Yes, that is correct. And these 3 items do not tell us anything about that. Thank you for your hard work. What about the videotape? Miss Von Karma, you may now step down. Wait, Your Honor. Please allow me to examine this new evidence. Overruled. This court has already has all the evidence it needs to hand down a verdict. Wonderful. Absolutely splendid. This judge is such a brilliant man, isn't he? The end? Phoenix. I knew it. There's no such thing as a miracle in this world, is there? I think you're wrong. They do exist. I'm literally a ghost. But you have to make the miracle happen. You have to come this far. You can't give up now. But no matter how you think about it, it's try at least, damn it. There are 2 ways out of the situation for us. 2? First, make on guard wish from the bottom of his very soul for a guilty verdict. The killer will always place his client wishes first. If on guard himself wishes to be convicted, then he'll let his hostage go. That may be true, but that's asking me to do the impossible. Second way, force the killer to end his contract with Vanguard. If the killer were no longer to think of Vanguard as a client, he would let Maya go. That's even more impossible! He's a man who values his duty towards his clients above all else. I know both of these seem impossible feats at first, but if you could make either one happen, it would truly be a miracle. The problem is the judge has already said he doesn't need any more evidence. Pieces he was just shown, he's not accepting them. Phoenix. Think things through from the other side, the spirit realm. Isn't that what has always worked for us? I'm going to use my ghost powers. Other side, what does she mean? You mean to turn things around? Phoenix, the judge says he doesn't need the evidence. If that's the case, then who does need it? Defense, prosecution, and the judge. We've all seen the piece of evidence. And that's how we've come to know the truth. But there's one person who has yet to see them all. That person does not know the truth. Truth. Maybe what will bring about the miracle in the end. There's no objections at this time, correct? Now then, I will pronounce my verdict. Why don't we all respectfully sit back and listen, kids? I've already told you, Mr. Wright. The court does not need any more evidence. I'm not saying that it is us that needs the evidence, Your Honor. Then, you want to show the evidence to that person? Yes, Your Honor. Please, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, for you to ask with such a passion, I will grant you one chance. Okay, let me just, see. Please show your evidence on who you think the right person. This is impossible. To turn the situation around in one try. One try, that is all I will permit. I have to try to remember. Everything that has happened up to this point. Think. Okay. Now, Mr. Wright, let's not waste any more time. Who would like to show the evidence to? Okay. Okay, so... Not the judge, not me, not the prosecution. Adrian... Matt? No. Maybe? Matt? Nope. Tape. I don't have anything to say to this. I was just shot, so I don't know. What? Oh. Oops. Yay! What? Oh. What? Why is it going so fast? The miracle never happened. Maybe it was no. Stop! Slow down! Okay. Wasn't paying attention. Who do you? I chose Matt in the tape recorder. You're like, okay. It's like the videotape. The game is speedrunning the bad ending. Because, like, the videotape seems like the most obvious thing. Why did... Okay, maybe ask the killer why he tried to hide it? Show it to... the killer. The videotape. No. But yes! There is some merit in showing this evidence to that witness. Bailiff, please bring in the transceiver from earlier. Alright. Maya, she's okay, right? Didn't I tell you to concern yourself with bringing about the speedy end to this trial? Now. Quickly, you wish to show me one piece of evidence. Yes, one is all I need. I have here a videotape. It was found out your hideout. I heard you injured 3 officers in the attempt to get this back. That was most regrettable. However, it was an order from my client. I was told to protect that videotape. I thought so. I'm afraid it to seem I've failed in that regard. Do you know what the contents of this tape are? I was sternly told by my client not to watch it. Oh? So I have absolutely no idea. Actually, you were on this tape. Oh, that's what the bear was recording! Me? There was a video camera hidden at the crime scene. Your actions were being recorded. What? Is that true, Mr. Wright? Who? Who was it planted the camera? Well, the only person who could have placed the camera at the scene of the crime would be your client, naturally. That was Adrian Andrews. Be quiet and listen, Your Honor. Yes. Your client, in quotes, specified a place and time for you. Isn't that right? Yes. That was so they could film you. I had no idea. Mr. Wright, why would my client do such a thing? I don't know. I would like to know why. Why did Matt film the crime scene? The reason why he did that was my ticket to this whole mess. The only reason why your client would secretly film is so they didn't trust your skills, they thought you wouldn't do it. Your client didn't trust your skills. That's why. Because he's all about trust, and I say, oh, he didn't trust you. In order to monitor your work, they set up a video camera. Is that right? Suppose that if I fail my job, I won't fall into utter ruin. I can't say I don't understand why they want to see how I do my job, and as long as I could clearly erase the tape, I suppose it can be overlooked. Oh, is that how you feel? I don't have anything to say about this. Oh, I've messed up again. Great. I'm starting to understand why it speed runs to the bad ending. Okay. Can I go any faster? Yep. Speedrun. Never saw Maya again. The killer. Blah blah blah. You're guilty. Miracle is blah blah blah. The end. Oh, I have to do this all over again. Show it to the bellboy, the killer. Tape. Blah blah blah. Save. Want a blackmail on you. Client, once told me something very interesting. We're talking about you, and this is what they said. Alright. But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone. Least of all assassins. Oh, come on now, Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't above blackmail. Yes, that's where the video comes in. With that, I can keep him at my bay, and even blackmail if I want. Your client didn't trust you at all. That's what I was literally saying last time, but okay. They were thinking of using this video to blackmail you. What do you have to say to that, Shelley the Killer? Oh! I've blown it up with my mind again. My bad. It looks like. Because I was being deceived from the very beginning. Yes, by a natural. It's the kind of person they are. Your client is a person who only thinks and plots of how to use people around them. To protect themselves from any and all dangers that may arise. That's the true nature of your client. I have one question for the witness. Yes. You told us one thing numerous times during your testimony. You said that you detest traitors most of all. Yes, that's right. But what if that traitor was your own client? What would you do then? That's obvious. I would break our contract in that case. And then, that client would become my next target. For the honor of the killer's name, even if it takes an eternity, I would follow that person to the ends of the earth to exact my punishment. Red! I've sent you to the blood dimension. Oh god. I see. That's all I wanted to know. So the traitor becomes the killer's next target. Ah, I get it. This is how we turn the case around. Mr. Wright. Yeah? My contract with my client is over as of now. I seem to have a new job on my hands. I will now return to you your precious item. What the? I'm not an item! And then the killer was killed by Maya. Never thought I'd see you again. Oh, thank goodness. This trial appears to have come to its conclusion? Again? However, I'm sort of... I don't quite know... Oh! Okay. This is Von Karma, where did that... That was me, actually. She always has you in her sights. Now, I do believe it's time we finally hand down a verdict. Uh-oh. Mr. On Guard, looks like somehow you got what you wanted. You finally received the acquittal you wanted so badly. You should be happy. Before that, I would like to make one final statement. Sometime in the near future, one very betrayed assassin may appear before you. Needless to say, that man is very good at what he does. I'm sure you would understand what I mean if you watch this video. Help me. Now then, Your Honor, the verdict, if you please. Is that alright with you, Mr. Wright? Phoenix got both options at the same time. The double whammy. We finally reached the end of a very long battle. Whether he's convicted or acquitted, there is no escape from him now. Go on, Phoenix. Plead whichever way your heart tells you. Right, Chief? Chat is... He's over. Man on guard. Even though I'm a lawyer, I cannot make your crime disappear. I think the guilty verdict is appropriate here. Me? My wonderful self guilty? Even if you got an acquittal, the instant you set foot out the side of the detention center, your life would be in danger. No matter which way you look at it, you can't run away from your crime anymore. No! Oh my god. So that's how he got the scars. He literally just scratched himself like a cat. But where does Shu the cat play into all of this? As always, it looks like we have uncovered the real truth. I don't remember you helping much in this, except for that one time, but I went back in time to make sure that didn't happen. Mr. Edgeworth, I was mad on guard. I left Miss Von Karma in charge of his incarceration. I'm sure he's getting a full-course meal of whipped leather right now. Very good. That was a close one, wasn't it, witness? Yes. I plan to pay my debt to society for my own crime, Your Honor. All right, you did do that. The first time I was called to the witness stand during this trial, all I felt was despair. All right, that did happen. Yeah, she's trying to forgive him for what he did. It's okay, you don't have to do that. I didn't. All right, do we really have to have this flashback? Yeah, he did do that. But after that, when I was alone in the detention center, that's the first time I really saw myself for who I am. Someone in prison. And today, when the two of you used your combined strength to convict Matt, I felt like I've finally been saved. Wow, this is the first time I've seen her smile. I'm really happy that you two were in charge of this case. And also that other woman who was in charge until she got an attempted assassination happen. But that's not the point. I really don't know how to express how I feel about this moment. This is the first time I felt comfortable with myself, with who I am. Thank you so much, everyone. And then she went to prison for a bit. Looks like we've resolved everything at last. As for myself, there are still a few things I'm confused about, but that's normal. But everyone seems to be in good spirits. And that's good enough for me. That is all. Court is adjourned. You were great out there, Phoenix. What I did out there was right, wasn't it? It's the first time you've gotten not gotten your client off. You got them a guilty verdict this time, but you have to look at the past all of that. That's what's really... You're a lawyer, that's gonna happen. Now, you now realize that there's something more than just getting a not guilty, right? Yes, I understand now. Phoenix. Think back for a second. Ignore the fact that I'm doing this with my mind. Think to the moments before Miss Von Karma arrived with the final pieces of evidence. Think about the incredible decision you had to make. Remember when this happened, Phoenix? Now, Mr. Wright, let's hear the defense's final statements on the matter. I can't count on the evidence to help me anymore. I have to listen to my heart. My client, Madame Guard, is he guilty or is he not guilty? Those were your choices, and then, and your answer? Your answer spoke to what being a lawyer means to you. Ow, Jesus, right! Edgeworth. I have good news. Maya's now safe in police custody. Really? Oh, Pearl, you're back. Cool. Pearl, you're telling the truth, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, she's quite safe. She's on her way here as we speak in a patrol car.
Ah, Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya's safe. You did it, you really did it, Mr. Nick.
Oh, why are you hitting me?
I believed in you. I kept saying to myself, Mr. Nick will save her. Mr. Nick will save her.
Thanks. Oh, what's wrong?
Miss Von Karma.
Hi. Can I help you? To be a lawyer is to call Saul. You better. About earlier, thanks. Ow! Why are you still smiling, Mr. Phoenix Wright? You lost! Your perfect win record has now been crushed. I don't care. And yet, you're still happy? I've got things I do outside of this. I don't think you'll ever understand, Miss Von Karma.
How dare you?
Don't worry. She may in time. After all, I was like that myself until a year ago. Alright. Now that you mention that. Yeah, about that. Edgeworth, are you going to apologize to me? For my own personal victories, ow, and my own guilty verdicts. I used every dirty trick in the book, and so my win record remains spotless. But a man appeared and stood fast against that selfish me. I wonder who that could have been. I fought him in my usual manner and tasted my first defeat. Why are you talking about me like I'm not here? I felt like I had lost everything because of that. And then... oh yeah, I got framed for murdering someone. It was my turn to sit in the defendant's chair. And I was saved by that person I called my enemy. Again, I'm right here. I couldn't forgive myself for all that had happened, so I left the prosecutor's office. And I left a note. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death. Humph. As well as you should have. Prosecutor who has shamed himself with defeat should crawl into a hole and die. But didn't you do that? Multiple times? You've lost, like, twice. 3 times, maybe. But that was not what happened. After I left the prosecutor's office, I finally came to realize something. And it was at that moment of clarity that everything began to change. What foolish nonsense! We prosecutors use anything we can to attack the defendant, but every time we did so, no matter how desperate the situation, instead of giving up like most people, that man would hold strong with his undying faith. Again, I am right here, I have a name. Then, before I knew it, I began to trust that man as well. Thanks?
What? You trusted your enemy?
Doesn't matter how many underhanded tricks a person uses, the truth will always find a way to make itself known. The only thing we can do is fight with the knowledge we hold and everything we have. Racing the paradoxes one by one. It's never easy. We claw and scratch every inch. But we will always eventually reach that one single truth. This is a promise. This I promise you.
The truth?
Yes, that's the reason why prosecutors and defense attorneys exist. To do things called law. And I'm sure you knew that already, didn't you, Wright? So you do know my name, huh? So that's why you couldn't forgive me. This man who went into hiding is that— yeah, you lied about being dead, which is kind of a big deal. This man who'd only had his sights set on victory, who ran away into the night.
Ah! Is Mr. Edric right, Mr. Nick?
Yeah. You really let me down. When you disappeared, I felt betrayed. The reason I decided to become a lawyer to begin with was because I believed in things you said to me all those years ago. And you betrayed your own words. That's why 1 year ago, I made up my mind. Decided that Miles Edgeworth I knew had died. At least, that's what I told myself. Literally died because he left a note that he died. Again, not metaphorical.
You pathetic fool. Miss Von Karma.
I don't want to hear the wretched whimpering of a disgraced loser. I literally don't care about what either you two are saying. L, rip, bozo, ratio, all of that. Von Karma is someone who is destined to be perfect. Miles Edgeworth, you are no longer worthy. You are no longer worthy of being a Von Karma. And neither am I. Oh well. It's over. It's all over. So just threw something on the ground just now. This is an electromagnetic receiver. Isn't that the thing she used to track Detective Gumshoe? I'll return it to the precinct later. There's something else. Huh. Is that Miss Von Krammer's whip? I'll never set foot in another courtroom again. I'm sure that's what she's saying by these actions. You should keep this, right? You never know if you'll need to defend yourself. Okay. Maya!
Mystic Maya!
Mystic Maya! Horrible hug, Phoenix. What is this?
Oh, Nick, I knew you would come through. You out on guard convicted, like I knew you would.
And on top of that, you even rescued me. I didn't really care if I died or not. I have ghost powers. Well, of course I did. I would never desert you. But we sure pressed our luck this trial. You're really lucky to be standing here. Whatever, whatever. Again, don't care, ghost powers. Look, it's over, okay? Besides, if I did croak, I'll just come back and haunt you like a bad ghost through Pearly. Is it really easy to do something like that? Yes! Thanks a lot, Nick. Don't mention it. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm relieved you're alright. Hey, it looks like you've made some real progress with Edgeworth. What the? Suppose I'm... Sorry, people are yelling. I suppose I'm a little different from who I was a year ago. Hey. Hungry. Alright. I think it's time we get out of this depressing place. Huh? Where are we going? Food, Nick, food! Chub, chow, I'm starved! I'm hungry. I'm so hungry. You even look like a nice juicy burger on a bun to me, Nick. You think I look like a burger? I'm a prime rib at least!
Come with us, Mr. Edgeworth, please!
If you insist. Mr. Edgeworth, I want burger, I want Happy Meal. Alright, so how about we hit up our usual burger joint?
Don't be silly, Nick.
Case messed up that awesome evening and got in the way of my gourmet food. So I've decided that we make it up by having another feast. Another feast? Come on, Nick! Food! Oh boy, we're back here. Oh no! Gumshoe! Hey, pal, sorry to keep you guys waiting. Gumshoe, are you alright? No. Yeah, I'm really embarrassed. I didn't think I would hit a telephone pole of all things. A telephone pole? Why are you here?
You did it again, city boy. I felt like my dear old heart was gonna give out on me. And I ain't joking.
Yeah, it was more exciting than the very last episode of the Steel Samurai. Thanks.
Now looky here, Mr. Snooty Prosecutor. Don't you reckon you bullied Mr. Wright too hard? You don't start being a lot nicer to him, he might kick it. Tonight even. I'm going to kill him, just so you feel bad.
I'll keep that in mind.
Well, come on now, everyone gather around. Y'all gonna get your picture from a genuine professional photographer.
I think looks like Lotta bought herself a new camera. Well, pal, at least we can put this messy case behind us now. Come on, tonight's all about eating, so let's go chow down, pal.
Amen to that, pal, amen.
Don't make fun of my accent. You know, when you think about it, you were the ones who saved the day, detective. Huh? Me? Really think so? He's right. It wasn't for the 3 items you took. I think this trial, well, really only one matters, but I think this trial would have had a very different ending. A bad ending, where the miracle never happened. Ah, well, you know, it's... wait, that's odd. When I ran off with the things from the killer's hideout, I was sure I took 4 things in total, sir. What? 4? Yeah, I'm sure I put one of the items in my coat pocket. There's a secret 4th item. Oh, come on now, y'all, it's over. Oh boy, I tell ya, you really are something else.
between getting accused of murder and getting kidnapped. Never a dull moment with you, huh? You think? Why does she look happy about that? But being shut away for 2 whole days, weren't you scared? Yeah, it was really scary. I felt so hopeless. To keep my mind off things, I drew a picture. Sounds like you had a rough gal. So where's this picture of yours? Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see Mystic Maya's picture. You know, I don't know where it went. Oh, that's too bad. Well, it's alright. Wasn't important anyway. Oh. I'm sure it's nice to finally see them both. It sure is nice to finally see them both smile. I'm tired, I can't read. Huh? What is it, Edgeworth? This thing is picking something up. Ah! That's Miss Montgomery's receiver! Thanks, alright, the most awful experience of my life, sir. I can't believe she stuck a tracking device on me. That's odd, even though you're standing right here. Tracking device seems to be in a different location. Oh, probably busted or something, sir. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm afraid it's about time to excuse myself. I still have some work to do. Huh? But Mr. Edgeworth, you haven't even eaten anything yet. You've eaten way too much, you glutton. I had fun tonight. Now, if you'll excuse me... Wait. What? I just want to say thanks, Edgeworth. You really saved me out there. If anyone should be saying thanks, it should be me, Wright. I feel like words alone aren't enough here. Wonder if I have anything to express... I can give him to express how I feel. I'm going to attack you. What's this? Thank you. It's all thanks to you. You and her. Oh, that was actually right. You don't need to thank me. I was only doing my job. Looks like Mr. Edgeworth has left, Mr. Nick. Hey, Mystic Maya. Yes, Pearly? I guess you two can go back to being lovey-dovey, right? You, Mr. Nick, I mean. Pearly! You cut it out already? You're embarrassing me.
Anyway. So, who's paying for this lovely dinner party?
As if you need to ask. Everyone say thank you to Nick.
Huh? Yeah, I'm kinda at the point where I can't even buy instant noodles, pal. I kinda already put your name on the bill. Huh? Huh?
Yeah, I got me a situation just like that myself. There's this camera shop in this hotel, see? I just bought myself this good old beauty here, and it better be anyhow for $3,000. Huh? Actually, I reckon you bought it for me since it's on your tab and all. Huh? Isn't this great, Mr. Nick? Yeah, Nick.
Why do I suddenly feel like screaming?
You don't need to hold back now, you hear? Yeah, pal, time to let it all out.
I wish I didn't give him the whip.
This is going to be your first time I hear the real you. Go on. It's been a while since I heard you say it.
I've been busy being a hostage and all. Alright then. Say the line, Nick! Okay, he said the thing. Really came through for me, Nick. I had to hide that letter, but I knew you'd find it. I really feel like I've been living on the edge lately. I mean, I've escaped death 3 times now. Pretty cool, huh? I feel like a pro. I'm good at this.
I'm so happy that you could save Mystic Maya, Mr. Nick. I'm so happy for the 2 of you. Speaking of which, I think this hotel's... I didn't get to finish that one, so I made a reservation for the 2 of you, just in case.
Well, pal, it looks like I'm back on the force again. Mr. Edgeworth had a lot of talk with the chief, and he got me reinstated for my sake. Already said things like, letting that one go is so bad for all of society. I knew it. Rushing headlong into everything is the only way to live, pal. Drive straight into telephone poles. Alright, you're here. I'm Maggie Bird, and retiring this uniform as of today, sir. I'm going to be a waitress from now on. And bring smiles and joy to people who come by the restaurant, sir. I hope you'll stop by sometime, Mr. Wright. Can we hurry up? My voice is getting kind of tired. Oh, I don't want to see you. Yes, you're here to visit a patient? I'm Director Hottie. Oh. Recently, yes, that girl, you know, I haven't seen her around, yes. I remember, if I even laid so much as an eye on her, it would go crack. I didn't matter if I got whipped, though. Yes, no. You're still here. It's time to begin our quest. I didn't get to finish that line. What world we know is serious Zimbabwe? Hey Max, what do you think Zimbabwe's like? Do you think there are castles made of cake and bunnies who can talk? I think if there are any talking bunnies, even they won't laugh at most jokes. It's very concerning. It makes their... oh god. Wow, there's a lot of people I don't like in this game. I'm ready. There's no way these jokes are gonna... I didn't get to finish that one either. Most girls represent. We got a hallelujah chorus. I don't want to freaking do these voices. What is this, Drat? It's just an ordinary electric razor charging a stand. I can't believe this, really. How long do people plan on making me do this? But it's Edgy Poo's idea. Means it can have a deep hidden meaning. But why do I get the feeling they wouldn't forget about me, would they? I'd never liked this in the old days. Everyone's thought the world's me. They used to call me Queen Wendy and the dreamy royalty. Feel paid heels, use the bird speaking, and the only part of the fire dangerous because of the warehouses where they started to thing. I'm still in jail. I appreciate you and Mr. Edgeworth did for me. Oh, that's right. I received a letter from Miss Von Karma. She said that after I get out, I should feel free to consult her about anything at all. I'm really thankful to have met everyone. And she said that did say anything. I'm still here. I'm not sure why. As such, I will take a short leave of absence. If you would like to request my services, please be sure to visit my homepage. He really does have a Tumblr! He did have a Tumblr! March 23rd, 9:42 p.m. International Departures, Gate 12. Where are you going, Francisca? How did you know I was here? What this? That's... I heard you were planting things on a certain person. Things like tracking devices in his coat, for example. That's just like you. I only planted there because he was always wearing it. This filthy drab coat of his. I don't know how it ended up in my luggage, but it's going in the trash, I promise you that. Oh, that's right. Speaking of that man, tell me something very interesting. I ran off With the things from the killer's hideout, it was I was sure I took 4 things in total, sir. I have a bit of brain damage. Please help. 4 things? Seems he put the last one in his coat pocket. He put it in his... here? I'm sorry, I'm losing it. He put it in here? It doesn't matter anymore. The case is already over. What are you going to do now? That's none of your business. Are you running away? Shut up! You don't understand a thing. You can't possibly understand what it means to be Manfred von Karma's daughter. People always ask, how is that even possible? Who did he procreate with? Franziska. So many expectations from everyone around me. Expectations I must fulfill. I'm expected to win no matter what, and failure? Such a thing is not an option for me. My father was a genius. There's no doubt about it, but me, I'm no genius. I've always known that. But I had to be the one. I had to. You may not be a genius like your father. Well, here's the thing. He wasn't really a genius as more as he was a criminal. But you're a prosecutor. You have been and always will be, unless you change careers, I guess. No, I'm not. Not anymore. I've even thrown my whip away. Speaking of that, Wright gave me this to hold on to. Right. You knew something like this would happen, didn't you? Actually, I was just trying to assault you. But yeah, sure. I'm going to say this again. We prosecutors do not fight for personal honor or pride. Hope you'll think deeply about what you should be striking down with that whip. You haven't changed a bit. You've always left me alone to walk on ahead without me. Miles Edgeworth, I've always hated you. Most people do. And then, finally, my chance to take my revenge on you arrived. If I could win against that man, again, I have a name. I could make Phoenix Wright bow down in defeat. And this girl you left behind would have risen higher than you. It was supposed to be my revenge. I see. You know I can't do it. I can't change who I am. I can't throw away everything I've been until today. I believe you can. Just like how Adrian Andrews did. Adrian Andrews? You were going to use her during the trial, right? You were dependent on your father by using his tactics, isn't that right? Today, you chased after me, after I had left you behind all these years. That's why we're standing here now, side by side. But I have no intention of stopping. If you say you're going to quit it, your walk down the prosecutor's path, then this is where we part ways. Franziska von Karma. Oh, I am Franziska von Karma. I don't think I'm going to walk in your shadow forever. Our battle begins now, so you better prepare yourself, Miles Edgeworth. Plain PNG. Phoenix Wright. Who is talking here? One day, someday, I'm sure we'll meet again in battle. Who said that? Till then, this last piece of evidence that never made it to you. I'll take good care of this 4th piece, so I can give it to you when at last we meet again. Oh. Oh, that was Maya's drawing! Oh, that's cute. Well, it's finally over. Hello? Oh, okay. And that concludes Ace Attorney Justice for All. Um, I really liked that last trial. It had some hang-ups, especially with how confusing some of it was and how, like, some piece of evidences and, like, some plot points didn't really feel necessary, but overall I really liked it as a concept. Like, I really liked the ideas it had. It was very fun. And I can't wait for the third game and or the Great Ace Attorney, depending on which one I feel like. I was going to use a cry emoji, but I noticed we don't have one. Yeah, I don't think I've drawn one of those. Also, right now we're currently at the limit for member emotes. If we want more emotes, we need more members, unfortunately. It has a lot of issues, but I can't help but liking it. Yeah, definitely. Except for that clown case, that sucked. Well, my voice is busted. Hopefully this won't affect my work tomorrow. Where I have to talk to people for a few hours straight. I'm sure it'll be fine. Give me 15 days and I can get you 50 more members? We don't even have 50 concurrent viewers! Anyway. But thank you! That'd be crazy. I wonder if you could get, like, a badge for that. I don't know if there's any reward for, like, someone gifting a lot of members right now. But, yeah, that's the second Ace Attorney. Next stream will probably be... I don't know, actually. I'll have to think about it. Pokemon Infinite Fusion... Or... I'm not sure. Or I could draw myself making the thumbnail for the third game. That too. But, yeah. Hope you all have a good one. Hope you enjoyed the second game, and, see you guys later. Peace out, everybody. Woo! Bye-bye! And, next time I stream, I will definitely have all the Christmas stuff in, the stream avatars ready to go. Have a good one, everybody. Peace out.